Warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the E20 podcast, for Once Upon a Time. This is season 7, episode 20. Is this Henry Mills? I'm your host, Jacob. I have with me, Rachel. Hi.
Hi.
Nikki.
Hello.
Okay. So, the title of this episode makes sense after you watch it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trippy ass shit. This episode... Okay, I've been mad at Henry these past couple of episodes just because he's being stupid, but
yep.
I think I need to remember, it's like, oh yeah, like, there's magic. So yeah, he's not going to believe any of this shit, but... I mean, we expect them, to be like, just figure it out, but like...
Just remember, God damn it.
Not a
Just
thing.
do it!
It's hard. No, but, we get a little flashback of like little teenage Henry. He's going to school, and Granny's teaching him how to, the ins and outs of like the mechanical carriages and whatever else.
Mechanical carriages.
I forgot who said it, but like someone like back in like the earlier seasons are like, these carriages are so strange. Yeah, Henry's going to college.
He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
He's not quite sure yet.
Well, he mentioned that he wants to go to colleges outside of Storybrooke, but here's the thing. Everyone's like all upset about it. Like, here's the thing. There's no colleges in Storybrooke.
There is! It's Storybrooke University.
Yeah, that we just heard of now.
Yeah, and like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, what?
What do they teach there? What's so special about Storybrooke College?
They teach... There's a lot of things they should teach. The children in Storybrooke, like a lot of things happen there, and we haven't seen Storybrooke in a while, and I'm glad to see it back. Sometimes with all the curses and all the non-curses, sometimes people can leave, and sometimes they can't, but sometimes they can. I'm trying to wonder why these people stay.
I mean, if you're like Granny and you have your feet settled and you own a business and everybody knows who you are, I can see why she doesn't want to go anywhere. But you're right. Like, the kids growing up there, they know who they are. They know where they are. They know they could possibly leave if they wanted to pursue other things. So I don't see why we haven't heard of more of that rather than just, what was it? What's her face? Midas's daughter. She went off to school, didn't she? She left Storybrooke. And one of the
she
dwarves.
did.
Yeah. Was it?
Dobie got his doctorate.
Exactly. So, I mean, we have had instances where they leave to pursue things out of Storybrooke, but there's only like a couple instances, and it's obviously possible.
Dr. Hopper.
Cinderella and them left. And Catherine left.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about, Midas's daughter, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was the first one.
The first one, yeah.
And we knew she left for school, so.
Yeah, she went to Boston, if I'm not mistaken, so yeah.
Where Emma's from, correct? Was Emma from Boston?
I think. Emma's not really from anywhere.
I mean, she was stationed in Boston. That's where she was working and living when Henry went to get her in the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's a bail bonds person.
Where was Henry living at the beginning of the season before?
This season, he was...
in Boston too.
I don't think he was in Boston. I think he was in like another part of Seattle. Because it didn't seem like it took him that long to get to Hyperion Heights.
I picture Henry being in Portland.
Maybe he was.
Portland, Seattle is 4 hours.
Yeah.
Give or take. It's possible to do it in a day.
There's all the places. But we're in Storybrooke, and I like seeing it back. We have great to see Granny's. Everyone's at Granny's. Remember those good old days where everyone was at Granny's? All the shit happened at Granny's.
Everything went down at Granny's. Even when things weren't going down at Granny's, everybody just seemed to pour out of Granny's with Granny or Grumpy leading the pack with the shotgun or something.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
always 15 people at
And they
Granny's.
even brought that up too
Yeah.
after his graduation party at Granny's. They even brought up Grumpy being, grumpy.
Yeah.
They did bring it up. I'm like, see, I'm not the only one that he's like the town.
No.
He takes one little bit of information, makes it this big. It's like, stop, just knock it off. So that's Grumpy for you. So
Yeah.
get used to it after the years.
Yeah, and here's something that doesn't happen, but Henry applied to all these places. He got into every single one.
Yeah. So he's super duper smart academically on paper, but he's right. Nobody's gonna know the real him because they wouldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, right.
Like writing the essay about yourself. I mean, I personally never did it because I never got that far. I got to that point where I was like, I don't know what I want to do, and then it just got too late. And I mean, it's never too late, but for me, at that point, anyways. But yeah, so like writing that essay to say, I'm this person. This is what I've gone through in my life. That essay, that pinpoint essay, he nailed it, but it wasn't really him. I mean, there was probably truth in there, but a lot of it had to be like over.
There was a dragon, and then there was like another dragon, and then there was this kid who was living under Storybook the whole time. We just never knew he was there.
Yeah, and then he
There was a demon at one point.
he went to an island with a skull as a rock, and he almost lost his heart. All these things that happen.
It's my 80-year-old grandpa's dad.
Yeah, there is no way he could have been most truthful at all. I mean, yes and no. He could tell people that he has brown hair and blue eyes or something, but any farther than that, it's yeah.
Yeah, how do you explain your childhood? How do you explain that you're the writer and your mom is the product of true love, who is Snow White, and and you're charming, and your adoptive mom is the evil queen. I mean, how do you? Yeah,
no,
I'd rather not.
I mean, he could possibly start off the essay with saying, "So when I was a kid, I was in therapy." And
when I was in therapy.
And then the rest of the essay could, be easily just be like, "Oh, he's a very good creative writer." But other than that, yeah. But yeah, like Storybook, I wish we could have saw more of it, especially more people. I mean, hearing about people, it's nice, but actually seeing them is another. Like, I would have liked to see Grumpy a little bit intoxicated, yelling about something that was a little bit like a little ant on the table, rather than like he's making it sound like freaking Godzilla. But
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice to see everything back, but it was interesting to find out that we went back in time. That was something I never even thought. I was like, what? What?
Yeah,
You went
that
what?
The major twist. Like
that was. It wasn't even something in my mind, or at least not in my mind. I don't know if it was in your mind. I'm guessing it wasn't.
Even the thing with Gothel, finding out she is from this world initially, and that the magic went with her family and all that jazz, and that, I would never expected that either. And then they bring this out, like, hey, guess what? You guys still exist right now in this time, but you're just younger because pulled you back.
Well, when Regina was like, you can't miss something that you haven't lost yet, because I was like, what is she talking about? And then she's like, we're still in Storybrooke, and I'm
you
like,
can't search for them if they're there.
Yeah.
Huh?
What? What are you huhing about?
Because like this whole episode was
It wasn't. Yeah, it was about until it wasn't, and then I was like, I'm relieved. I can almost stop watching now and be happy.
But I do like the whole. It came back around to me how Emma broke the curse with Henry, and how now the curse was broken with Henry to his mom.
Yeah,
So,
with Regina.
yeah.
It was, perfect.
Becomes full circle.
And also, I mean, in that moment too, I mean, you also saw this look of panic on like Gothel's face when Alice was just like, "You're not my mom. You're no." She you could see it crumble in her face, like, "Oh crap, what the hell did I do?" kind of
You're
thing,
my mother.
and realized her daughter came out better than her. Well, because she was raised by Hook, so yeah.
Mm.
That's how that's going to happen. And also, your mother is plant.
She's a plant. I always thought being a nymph means they pursued kind of like sirens, except not really.
I don't know. Do they marry plant people? I don't know. Just, I'm glad. What is that? But we could talk about. I want to talk about this little Gothel's goal here. Because we've been wondering what her motivation has been since we learned that she was going to be in the show, and if it's going to be similar to what her motivation was in Tangled. It's not. It's not the same character. It's very, 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 very different.
Very different, yeah.
She gives me a poison ivy feel. She doesn't really give a fuck about humanity. It's nature always wins sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, she just wants to wipe all the humans out at this point.
Yeah.
So that magical.
So she's just mad, what happened with her family and stuff.
Well,
so
yeah.
It's like, all humans are bad now.
Racist.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We get season 5 flashbacks with these damn trees and the people turning into trees. Remember that?
Yeah.
That one woman who turned into a tree. She's like, I gotta protect my spot here, and apparently your spot is a place in the ground for you to be planted.
I guess. I mean, I wish they would have explained it a little more. I understand the whole point is to have nature come back with magic, and humans being a less of number kind of thing. But there's 8 places, and one of the places is empty because Gothel's off running around being a stupid wench. And did she plan to sacrifice herself too, or was she just gonna be like, hey, it's all on you guys, I'm just gonna rule the world now?
I think, to me, this is what I got from it. I think what happens is, so she herself is a wood nymph, and I think she planned on wiping out all the humans while this new Eden, I guess, was growing around. And what that witch said about her being a tree and her turning into a tree and saying she has a spot, and she earned a place in the eternal grove, what she said. So I think this new what I picture a Garden of Eden type place growing around, and all magical creatures and all plants would be saved. If Gothel found any humans, she would kill them. So I think some of these witches, they were turned into trees so they could be saved by their trees.
Got you.
I guess to them, they just don't want to die. So being a tree for them is okay.
It's okay. You're a tree now.
There would have been the possibility that they would have been the seeds to grow. 'Cause I feel like a tree did sprout out from above, under the ground from them, right? Or am I thinking of? I must be thinking of another show because.
No, there was one tree that the witch turned into. The little sapling.
There was a few saplings, but I think
Are you talking about a giant tree that came out of the ground?
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I watched the Golden Army Hellboy the other day, and so that's a thing. There was a big tree and it came out of the ground.
That's a good movie. What happened to those movies?
Anyways, I'm just yeah. But it was weird how involved Tilly got though. Like she was just gonzers.
Mhm.
Well, she was trying to protect the people she loved, and you could tell because, especially when Margot / Alice or Robin came over to her, and she just started crying, and she just was like, I have to do this. If I don't do this, you guys are gonna die, and this is like the only way she could save them, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, but like to throw her across the room is one thing. Like say, stop or like put up a little barrier or something, but she like whoosh. Robin went flying.
Happens a lot in the show.
Yeah, that's true.
The whooshy whoosh.
The whoosh.
Can we talk about? I mean, I don't want to talk about her, but I feel like we have to talk about Jacinda just for a little bit.
Well, I'm happy she's Ella again. That I saw a huge change from when she went into Faciliers as Jacinda and came out of that closet as Ella. You could just see she was ready to fight, and the whole time she's been Jacinda, there's like been this much fight in her. So like very little.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is. Because I feel this is weird for curses. There are some characters who just don't act the way they did at all back in Fairy Tale Land, and some of them act the same. I do think, and at some point, sometimes even their values change.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with her, which is why I didn't really like her that much. And I'm having a hard time separating Jacinda from Ella at this point now that she's back.
I didn't get a lot of her though. That's why.
No, I think it's going to take some getting used to and seeing more of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds so weird, but it was like Tiana was the stronger of the two characters.
Well,
Oh yeah.
And
well, I mean,
it's like she wasn't even the main character, so you're like, why is she stronger than supposedly the main character?
Well, this has me like sad that this show, the show's ending, and it's sad for a lot of reasons because I like Tiana and I like Sabine too, like not just Tiana. I feel like she could carry a season potentially, but we're not going to see that.
No, and she could have definitely been like more of a main in a season, even just like a half a season, like the way they break it up. It would have been great. But I think we'll get a lot of information within the next few episodes, which might be too much. It might be too much.
I don't know.
Because I feel
we
like
don't have very many episodes left, so they're going to have to shove something. Yeah, right?
I think we have one more regular episode and then a 2-hour finale or a double episode finale.
Well,
So,
I mean, these finales lately have been kind of crazy. Like, I noticed this after watching the finales. Some of the finales and like even the mid-season finales have changed the season so much compared to what it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so when we were starting this season out, we had Lady Tremaine and we had Anastasia and we had Gisela and that whole story. It slowly started introducing Gothel. And then in the middle of like this half of the season, we were slowly introducing Dr. Facilier, and I don't know how these things go together. I mean, they're going to make them fit together, but I don't know how Gothel's story goes together with Facilier's story.
Well, I mean, we don't really have to worry about Facilier anymore, right?
I mean, I have the hope that he will come back.
He's gonna bounce back from whatever happened. Yeah.
Fall out of a grave somewhere.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
The voodoos. And see, I'm kind of disappointed because I still don't know, like, what did this have to do with anything?
I think it was just another.
I mean, all we know right now with Facilier is that he came into town supposedly wanting the dagger, but we don't know why he wants the dagger so
Why?
bad. We don't know anything. Yeah, and there's only, what, 3 episodes left?
There's 2 episodes left, you guys. There's 2 episodes left.
Yeah, it is a regular, normal episode and then the double episode, right?
I guess 3 episodes sort of.
It's kind of 3 episodes, but yeah, 2 more viewings.
Yeah, I am really liking the season. I will say, like, this is one of the weaker episodes for me, just because it ended certain storylines.
Yeah, it is. It was kind of weak. I wasn't excited to watch it. You know, and usually I've been for this whole season. I've been excited to watch this, and this one I wasn't.
I was excited to watch this one just because of like I knew, because the title of this episode, I saw a preview of it, so like I was excited that we were gonna get like some weird trippy ass Doctor Who shit.
I was excited for the whole we went back in time kind of thing, and then he remembers getting that call on his graduation night and stuff. But
awesome.
Other than that, it was kind of heh.
But Princess and the Frog stuff, I need it.
Of course.
Because like I was excited that they were like doing that, because like when they announced that Tiana was going to be in the season, I'm like, oh my god. They mentioned that she was going to be like a minor character, but like those first few episodes they introduced her story, like I got really excited because like they were dipping into like the lore of Princess and the Frog. Dr. Facilier was like there for like a hot second, then he came back, and I'm like, oh my god, he's back, and like the voodoos and but none of that stuff happens. See, I was hoping of like this in my perfect season of Once Upon a Time. It's just we have like at least half a season of like this whole Princess and the Frog and Haunted Mansion crossover. At least in Disneyland, the Haunted Mansion takes place in New Orleans, and Princess and the Frog takes place in New Orleans, and we have this whole thing where like there's just a random mansion. Like, well, what the fuck is this? A random mansion? It's in Hyperion Heights. Well, what is this? And like it doesn't fit the architecture of the town. And
kind of like how we had the Apprentices mansion just pop out of nowhere. Like it just appeared one day, and it's like I didn't know that was there for like 5 whole seasons.
Yeah, and they into the mansion, and like all these different rooms and stuff like lead to another dimension, and it turns out they actually go to the place where those certain ghosts died, and for some reason when these ghosts die they go to this house and they try to solve the mystery of like why all these ghosts retiring to this house, like it's a giant party here, what's going on. And it turns out Madame Leota was like behind the whole thing because like there's some weird seance shit or whatever, and like she split parts of herself like across the universe. I
like Horcruxes.
I thought long and hard about this. It's like,
I mean, it does sound all interesting, but that's not even close to what's going on right now. But I would have loved to see more of Madame Leota. And we didn't even she wasn't even in that fucking circle of peeps.
I'm disappointed.
They were just nameless.
Except for Serafina.
Yeah.
No, I would have been happy if like they just had Madame Leota like with like a magnifying glass with her with like far away and her face is in it. Like I'm like, come on, you didn't even reference it.
No.
You need to have her face in like a fucking mirror. You could have done something. You could have done something. You didn't, and we didn't even see a house.
Nope. I mean, there's still some time left, and they've already they did the time twist, and Facilier got stabbed by a golden crocodile that I was like, where the fuck did you come from? Or did the curse split Rumple in 2, and now there's
no, he said he's the wish.
I know.
Yeah.
This was before he said that he was the wish Rumple. I was like, what, did the curse split him in 2? Is this the Weaver and Rumpelstiltskin? And then it's like, oh, can't get rid of me from the wish roll. I'm like, excuse me, what?
I mean, we did talk.
We kind of forgot about him.
We did forget about him, but remember, I don't know if I'll have to go back and watch that episode. And have to watch our episode of when we covered that one. But I believe we mentioned how that wish Rumple, escaped, and we were wondering what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he escaped his cell.
Yeah, and so we're like, wow, he's raising the villages and eating the children. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out he's here.
He's here.
Somehow.
And I feel like he's been locked away, and breaking the curse allowed him to come out and play.
He was somewhere hiding, probably.
I feel like the curse was holding him back because he himself is magic. He is basically a walking dagger. So, I mean, and he was flashing his around like all willy-nilly, so it's like he couldn't do anything. He was kind of like Facilier, just like sitting on his thumbs, only playing with his little cards. So, I was really kind of hoping that the curse split Weaver and Rumpelstiltskin apart, because then he could potentially get to Belle without us losing the crocodile Rumpelstiltskin and the whole dagger shit. But
yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out. So we'll have to see. Hopefully I'm just hoping that they give them the ending that they deserve, because it's been on for so long. They deserve to have a good ending.
Or don't end it.
Or don't end it.
But you're going.
Leave it open so some other place can pick it up.
No, I'm thinking about this Rumple thing. I started thinking about this damn prophecy again, because I'm always thinking about this damn prophecy with this year. I'm like, the boy will be your undoing, and then he'll lead you to your son. Like, is it Rumple? Is it talking about Rumple? Rumple led himself to his own son, and he's going to be his own undoing? I don't know, because like there's two of them now, and
It is a little bit confusing.
driving me crazy. So,
I mean, I'm not like that part. Everybody got like, everybody's waking up, and Tiana and Jacinda are like, rah, we're gonna beat you up, Facilier, and then things happen, and then Henry's kissing Regina, and it's like, ah, Mom, and then Lucy's like, yay, Dad, and I'm like, yes, I don't have to watch this anymore. Everything's happy. And then that shit happens, and I'm like, okay, I guess I have to watch next episode. Like,
you'll have to watch it. Or because some crazy shit could happen. Moana could show up, and we wouldn't even know.
Moana. I want to see Maui, and I want them to get The Rock to play Maui and come on this show.
See, I don't know if I like that idea or hate it.
I don't think he would.
I mean, I think, well, The Rock has a good relationship with Disney, but I don't know if, I haven't heard anything about that, but maybe they're keeping it a secret. But like you introduce, as soon as this season like introduces like certain concepts, you have to think through your implications. Because if Maui's fishhook is in this universe, you are implying that Maui is also in this universe.
Yeah, Maui's fishhook exists.
With those modern day references in your tweets.
Yeah. Oh.
Use a bird to write with. It's called tweeting.
I don't know. There wasn't very much. Since it seems weird, it wasn't very much substance in this episode.
I mean,
that makes sense.
I think they're just tying up some loose ends for like the crazy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I mean, obviously that circle bullshit. The coven is done. That's not happening anymore, because Tilly came to her senses and she's out of there now. And Regina didn't complete the 8. She wanted to go after Gothel with a freaking bat because that's all she's got. But even though when she got her magic back, Gothel was like, "You can't touch me." It's hammer time. Da-na-na-na. But I don't know. I feel like they woke up too late, because it's ending so soon, and now I almost feel like it's gonna feel rushed, and I don't want that.
I mean, season 1, the very last episode, they all woke up.
Mm-hmm.
There was one character that woke up, and he died soon after.
Mm-hmm.
No one else really woke up except like Mad Hatter, but he was already woke. But nobody woke up until the very last episode. But that was okay.
Because they knew they were going into season 2.
Yeah. This feels... I think it's more frustrating here because all these characters have already been cursed before.
Mm-hmm. 5
times.
A few times, yeah.
And so, like I think it's because of that. We're waiting for it to hurry up because we've seen it already. And also because
Yeah, the whole breaking of the curse. We're like, we've been there, done that. Let's move
No.
on.
these are new characters, and so like we want to see our new characters being fleshed out as their real selves and not their real selves.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. But we do have 2 extra episodes, and one one longer than the other one. So maybe we can see these characters be the characters that we wanted them to be in the first place. I mean, Sabine is still herself, but like now
Yeah. She hasn't changed that much.
No, she hasn't.
Sabine,
We still don't know exactly Tiana's and Naveen's relationship is at this point. It didn't seem like they were together.
They seemed close.
They didn't seem like they were together.
But they do.
And when Facility said Princess Tiana, Ella corrected him and said Queen, and then she still called Naveen Prince.
Maybe because maybe in the Kingdom of Maldonia, maybe it's like, how it is in Britain, where like the queen is the queen, but her husband is still the prince.
Well, that's all lineage. I mean, she was the birthright, and she married him. But we don't know who is the birthright or whatnot. We don't know
how Maldonian politics works. So.
I feel like she was voted in to be queen for some reason. Like there was a thing that the people are like, yeah, be queen because you're good.
Yeah, well, this version of Tiana was a princess already.
Okay.
If I remember that correctly. She wasn't with Naveen, right?
No.
And she was a princess?
No.
With the frogs. The episode with the frogs, she was already a princess, right?
No, she didn't become a princess till she married Naveen and they kissed.
Oh, we're talking about...
Oh, we're talking
like
about
the ball where she's like, "Yeah, you want some frog?" She's like, "Hell no!"
Oh yeah, I don't think he was there.
I don't think she. I feel like she was like her family was like wealthy.
Yeah, I don't think they were royal.
But it came down to a point where.
Have you seen Naveen in Fairy Tale Land?
Yeah, the crocodile episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the alligator episode. Whatever it is, an alligator crocodile. They all have teeth and scaly skin and
in my mind, alligators are fatter than crocodiles.
Yeah.
That's how I remember. And gators are native to Louisiana, so it's a gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, but more of that, please. More Sabine, more Tiana. And we need to have, when we do like the end wrap up, we gotta have Tiana, we gotta have Naveen go into the investors, dropping off bags of change, and you buy the building. Because I love Tiana because Tiana's a character in the movie, and similar to this version as well. She's the same, where she started out in an okay place, but she wanted to do better for herself, and she worked up to it. See, Tiana didn't go through a personality change. She went through a work ethic change where she realizes that she's like, yeah, I'm working like hard for this shit, but like I need to live life. And she does. But like she ends the movie with the original goal that she had. Her goals stood the same. Mm-hmm. And then she earned the money. She fucking bought the property. She built the building. She opened up the restaurant. She is manager of the restaurant. She damn runs the restaurant. She cooks for the restaurant. She dances and performs in the restaurant. Get you a girl.
She dances and performs. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure she's not gonna. She hasn't lost sight.
And she has a kingdom now, bitch. Tiana's the best character ever, just because of all that.
Am I the only one
totally different princess
that hopes that near the end of the episode of the series is Henry and Ella renewing their vows in a sweet little intimate kind of reception ceremony with Lucy all prettied up in a nice like gown and everybody weeping a little bit because it's finally a little happy ending.
Well, I think that would be a nice little bow to end it off because we started this whole show with a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interrupted rudely. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine they're renewing their vows and then some evil ass person comes into the room and we're like, who the fuck is this? And then it ends.
And then we'd be like, we're getting another season. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's happening, but that would be nice.
It would be interesting. It would be like, they've built it up. Oh, we're so done. Sorry, guys. It's the end of our show. And then they do that to us, and it's like, we're totally get another season after that. Hey, there's the thing.
That is the thing, but we'll ignore that. Let's see. I did find Henry's little essay online, and I like it. I think it's well read, so I'm just going to read it here. So it says, "Dear Mom, this is the personal essay I wanted to send but couldn't. It's titled Once Upon a Time, and it's the story of us. Sometimes you have to leave home, and you've been there for so long. You don't know who or what you'll be outside of it, but then you'll realize every experience, every triumph, every moment has shaped you, and you take that place with you no matter what, where you go next. I'm lucky. I have an incredible home. You won't find doubt here. In it, you will find magic. You'll find love and hope and something to believe in. You'll find the family who fights for one another, who never gives up on one another, and even when they're separated by a curse or distance or time, they find each other. They always find each other. I wish the world could know the story of my family, how it was all true, how every moment of it happened. And you may think this is just a story, but that's the thing about stories. They're more than just words. They live inside of us. They make us who we are, and as long as someone believes that, there will always be magic." And I think that sums up the show perfectly.
It does, yeah.
I don't know why they were doing it in this episode and not the very last episode, but hey, it's fine.
Maybe it's to make us less weepy when the credits are rolling at the end. I don't know.
I'd like to acknowledge that the Once Upon a Time theme song didn't get lyrics until 6 seasons in, rather.
It has lyrics?
It's Emma's song in the musical episode.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the musical episode still.
She sings a nice song, and it's the Once Upon a Time theme song just with lyrics.
Okay. I will go watch that. I mean, there was I was told there's very little story element to it, so I didn't watch it initially, and then I just forgot.
The
sorry.
Story doesn't matter.
Okay.
The song, I like the songs, but the story, it's fucking stupid and doesn't make sense. They try to make it make sense, but it doesn't. But go back and watch it. That was a good episode.
I mean, I think it's on Netflix. No, it's not on. No, not anymore. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll look.
It feels like it was so long ago, but it wasn't. Probably because that season was just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
And this season, but I'm liking this season. This season was so good, and it makes me want more. But there's not going to be.
No. I mean, it started to get really, really good just recently. This episode was kind of like a little dip in what was going on right now, but now that we got that second punch in the face with Wish Gold or Wish Rumple being there, and he looks like he's ready for some fucking troublemaking. These, I think the next few episodes, next two, and the next two episodes are going to be just full of fun.
Fun. That's what we need.
Fun.
And so next episode is called Homecoming. It's not about Spider-Man. And then the episode after that, the very last episode, is called Leaving Storybrooke. So Homecoming and Leaving Storybrooke, I'm guessing Homecoming means we're going to go back to Storybrooke next episode. I didn't see a promo, so I really don't know. But it sounds like we're going back to Storybrooke where this whole thing started. And then Leaving Storybrooke, I'm going to just... To me, that sounds like all the characters that we've seen so far are going to make the decision whether they're going to go back to their original home or go out into the real world and do real world things.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I think what Henry, because this episode we touched on Henry going out, outside of Storybrooke and, finding who he is as a person, and he thinks going out into, real world place will be good for him. But maybe he's going to realize that maybe he needs to go where his family's from and, have...
Yeah. Definitely, because I mean, homecoming can also mean like, like the homecoming dance, like prom, that end of graduation thing. So maybe we're gonna get more young Henry, and he will come to the realization where he needs to go to the Enchanted Forest and take on his adventures.
I'm picturing a dance now. Fairy tale characters.
Mm-hmm.
The dance, but they don't know what a dance is because they've never had one.
I mean, they've had balls and galas before. I mean,
They never had dances.
dances. I'm sure Henry could, DJ. He seems like he has a.
I don't know why. I picture the White Rabbit being the DJ. I don't know why. I just picture the White Rabbit with like these earphones that have the ears on them.
Because it'd be cute. Oh.
DJ White Rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, them going back to Storybrooke, or it could just be, more Henry stuff, because
Or
I feel
they
like
just all go to the movie theater and watch Spider-Man Homecoming.
that would be pretty good, I think. I mean, Homecoming was an amazing Marvel movie.
I'd also like to know, since they have broken the curse, does that include all the people that moved out of Hibernian Heights?
Oh,
Yeah,
They
the
wake
ones
up
that were actually pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
They must be so scared.
Maybe that is maybe it is the people who got pushed out or, left coming back being like, what the fuck? That'd be
Like, what is
interesting
this
too.
place? Trader Joe's? What's that?
Trader Joe's.
Quinoa.
Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't very impressed with this episode, and I totally could I sound like it. But yeah.
Well, no, to be honest, I wasn't really either. But I'm still looking forward to like the next episode because like we're ending it soon, and so I'm just excited to see what they do. Kind of sad, but excited because it has to be good. I mean, I'm hoping it's good.
It has to be. Come on, people. It better be.
I mean, if it's not good, then people are gonna riot, and they're really gonna want another season to make up for the shit that you did. Because I'll be honest, I love this show. I love this show, but they've done some shitty seasons.
Yeah.
But they usually make up for it in the next one.
Yeah.
At the very least, the first half of the next one, because I was disappointed with season 5, and I really loved the first half of season 6, and then you killed off fucking Mr. Hyde in episode 5, and I was upset about it.
Yeah, they had a whole thing going there, and they just crashed.
And the black fairy was, what the fuck is this shit?
Selena and a car.
That's the only part I remember.
Yep, that's it.
I don't remember anything she said. I just remember I remember she got ran over. And she flew. I miss Selena.
Sorry, she's gone.
I know she's gone, but I like her better as a witch, not as like a spin instructor.
Well, she's still a witch.
But she's a spin instructor with her husband. And
It's okay.
okay, no, we'll end that there before I start crying and get all emotional.
Okay.
Okay, Rachel, where can people find you?
Find me at Twitter at VikingWitch76, and hopefully back on Twitch at VikingWitch.
And Nikki, where can people find you?
Also on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Sounds like a drag queen. And you can find me and all of my giggles and gore, Monsters and Mayhem, on Twitters. Tweet me throughout life at TuneOverland. That's TONOWHERELAND. Join the Neverland Society. This has been the SNTV podcast for Once Upon a Time. We're almost ending it, you guys. You can follow us here on Twitch, where you may be watching us, or you can catch us on YouTube later at SOTV Podcast. Important links down below to our Twitter, our Facebook, our Google+, MySpace. Join the Discord. We can talk about all your favorite things, except for the things that we don't like and that happen to be your favorite things. We're not going to talk about those because we're stupid. Hi, everybody.